Hi, it's Mr. Mike here at the Sherburne Public Library with another episode of Storytime. Do you remember what month it is? It's still February, and February is fun. So everybody, reach your arms out far apart. February has so much to do in such a very short time. The month with only 28 days, or sometimes 29. Groundhogs, Valentines, and presidents too. Looking for shadows and giving our hearts. February has so much to do. Great. Speaking of hearts, let's count our Valentines. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what color are they? They are red. Now let's sing 10 red Valentines. 1 red, 2 red, 3 red Valentine, 4 red, 5 red, 6 red Valentine, 7 red, 8 red, 9 red Valentine, 10 red Valentines. Great! Okay, today our book is about what animal? A bird. Oh, look. Who's the bird talking to? A rabbit or a bunny. Oh, look who's back there. It's a squirrel. Oh, and what's this white stuff coming down? It's snow. So do you think this book is called The Summer Bird or The Winter Bird? Yes, it's The Winter Bird by Kate Banks, illustrated by Suzie Mason. The Winter Bird by Kate Banks, illustrated by Suzie Mason. What's this? It's a nest. Who lives in that nest? A bird. It was the time of year when the sun went to bed early. The big brown bear lumbered off to its winter den. The hedgehog dove into its nest of moss and leaves under the shed, and the birds prepared to fly south. Look who's in the middle there. It's a bear. Oh, and here is a hedgehog. What sound does the bear make? Grrr. The geese were the first to leave, rising into the pale gray sky, followed by the starlings and the swallows. What sound do geese make? Honk, honk, honk. Soon all had left but the nightingale, who had a broken wing and couldn't fly. It watched from its nest at the base of a thicket. What will happen to me? It sang sorrowfully. I am a spring bird. Oh no, I wonder what will happen. Oh, who's that? It's an owl. What sound does the owl make? Hoo, hoo. You will stay here with us winter ones, hooted the barn owl from its perch. But I know nothing of winter, sang the nightingale, who was used to the feel of sunlight stroking its feathers and the warm breeze that rustled the leaves. It was used to drinking from the puddle pond and having plentiful food. You will learn, hooted the owl. Hoo, hoo. You will learn. Little by little, the cold crept in on icy feet, and the waltz of winter began. It grew so cold that the puddle pond froze to glass, so cold that the chimney tops began to spout smoke. What is that? Piped the nightingale when the first wet flake fell onto its back. It's snow, said the rabbit. The flakes fell faster and thicker, bearing the nightingale's nest. Where will I go? It sang. do you think it might go? Come in, said the rabbit, who welcomed the songbird into its burrow and helped it to build a soft bed from dried leaves and twigs. The nightingale crouched in the darkness, listening to its heart beating and wondering what morning would bring. Winter plodded on, and food became scarce. When there were no more seeds and nuts to be found, the gray squirrel shared its stores with the nightingale, and the woodpeckers gathered around the songbird, watching and waiting for the bundled up children to come out of their houses and fill the feeders. Look, what does the squirrel have in his hands? A nut. He's going to share his nuts with the nightingale. The winter days passed, and little by little the nightingale grew used to the crisp crackling of branches and the crunch of snow on the footpaths. It learned to forage for food on its own. It learned to stay warm, sheltered in snowdrifts. And as the nightingale grew wiser in the ways of winter, the winter creatures got used to the nightingale's song. All was well until one day an eerie hush settled and the world became muffled in silence. A blizzard was on the way. Do you know what a blizzard is? Maybe. Let's find out. The winter creatures rounded up supplies and readied their homes, and then they waited. Oh, look who's in the tree again. It's the owl. Hoo, hoo. Oh, over here, there's a little mouse. Squeak, squeak. What is a blizzard? Sang the nightingale, who only knew of summer squalls and spring rains. You will see, said the owl, who brought the nightingale some spare feathers to warm its wings. The gray squirrel and the rabbit stuffed a nutshell with fur for the nightingale's feet. Her friends are helping take care of her. Soon the world was a whirl in white. Oh dear, sang the nightingale as a flock of crows encircled it. Sing us a song, they squawked. Squawk, squawk. And the nightingale, who had always sung of summer's sweetness, began to sing of winter's woes. But it wasn't long before it sang of winter's wonders. The blizzard had covered the world in a shimmering blanket. Icicles dripped from the rooftops, and window panes glistened with frost. Footprints dotted the landscape, along with snowmen and angels, and far beneath the snowdrifts were the first rumblings of spring. Then, one day, the snowflakes were replaced by snowdrops. Green buds sprouted from the trees. The bear lumbered out of its den, and the hedgehog appeared once more. The nightingale flapped its now mended wing. Goodbye, winter, it chirped. Hello, spring. And as the other creatures looked on, the nightingale puffed out its chest and rose into the air, singing joyfully. It was a spring bird, but it had become a winter bird too. And that's the end of our story, The Winter Bird. Now, the winter bird had this. It is a nest. Nest. Nest has the letter N at the beginning. Nest. Also, what kind of bird was it? Do you remember? It was a nightingale. Nightingale also begins with the letter N. Let's sing our alphabet song and find out where the letter N comes in. Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Where did N come? The beginning, the middle, or the end? In the middle. Yes, in the middle. There were a couple words that also had the letter N at the beginning of them. Next. Can you say next? Awesome. Next. Let's think of some other words that have the letter N. Let's go look for the letter N. Let's go look for the letter N. Let's go look for the letter N. Way down yonder in the library. Picking up N's and putting them in the basket. Picking up N's and putting them in the basket. Picking up N's and putting them in the basket. Way down yonder in the library. Okay, it's a nose. Nose begins with the letter N. Nose. Where is your nose? How about your neck? Neck also begins with the letter N. Neck. Oh, and around your neck, you might wear a necklace. Necklace begins with the letter N. Oh, and then we talked about this. A bird lives in a nest, or might make a nest and puts their eggs in it. Nest begins with the letter N. Okay. Oh, use this to catch things like either fish or butterflies. It's a net. Net begins with the letter N. Up next, we have a notebook. You write in the notebook. Look, it has an N in the beginning. Notebook. And then, we don't see these a lot anymore, but if you come to the library, we have them upstairs. You can read about the news, which begins with the letter N, and this is a newspaper. Newspaper begins with the letter N. And then we have our capital N and our lowercase n. Okay, I also have some books that have the letter N on them. Let's see if we can find it. Dr. Seuss's If You Think There's Nothing to Do. Nothing has the letter N at the beginning of it. Here's a favorite of a lot of people. Good night, little blue truck. Night begins with the letter N. Oh, my new big kid bed. New has the letter N at the beginning of it. New. Ooh, Not Norman, a goldfish story. Not begins with the N. Norman begins with an N. That's 1, 2 N's. Here we have the world needs more purple people. Needs has the letter N. Need. Here is a day with no words. No begins with the letter N. No. And here we have waistgates on, but there are no N's here. Well, actually, there's an N right there at the end, on, but there's Nathan, begins and ends with an N. Nathan, oh, I see another N. Chen ends with an N. Let's count the N's. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 N's on there. Oh, and then there's a smaller one down here. 5. 5 N's on that book. How awesome is that? Okay, well, we're at the end of story time, so it's time to be a teddy bear. Everybody get your teddy bears on. Teddy bear, turn around. Teddy bear, touch the ground. Teddy bear, show your shoe. Teddy bear, that will do. Teddy bear, reach up high. Teddy bear, touch the sky. Teddy bear, don't you sigh. Teddy bear, wave goodbye. That's it for today. Have a great day and Keep on reading.